but Berate, you're milking the patch notes. Oh, but Berate, can't you make a video on anything else? Man. Look at the views. Look at the views. Look at the views. Look at the views. I post an actual good video, like, is aim training worth it, right? And then I post like a veto video, right? They get like 7K, 700 views, 1K, whatever, right? I put effort into this one, I put effort into this one, blah, 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 blah. I make videos about the freaking patch notes, 6K, 7K, and then 1K, but I just posted this video yesterday, so it's probably going to get more. Just don't tell me to not look at the patch notes when I'm getting this many views, because the actual patch notes dropped today, and we're just going to look through them, and I'm going to give my unabridged, absolutely radiant thoughts on them, because I've already made what I think about them, but now I actually know what they are. So let's read through them. Hello everyone, this patch is a big one. The entire Valorant team has been working to bring Valorant closer to our long-term vision for the game, preserving our core identity as a tactical shooter while evolving towards a healthier balance between gunplay and abilities. Yes, perfect. I love that. TLDR, we're making adjustments across gameplay to create a healthy dialogue in combat, one where there are clear ways to respond and adapt to what the enemy team is doing round over round. These changes aim to strike a healthier balance between sharp gunplay and the unique abilities that give Valorant a signature tactical flavor. They span agents, weapons, and maps, all aimed at rewarding strategic decision-making in Valorant. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the platform updates. Let's look at these agent updates. The agent updates in this patch are focused around how it can support higher mastery around ability usage. You want to allow your gunplay to do the talking while you use your ability strategically and intentionally to gain advantages. These changes should reward players who use abilities well in the right time and place. Additionally, we're also reducing the size of some of our largest ultimate abilities. Blah, 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 blah. So near sights are nerfed. So near sight radius increased from 5 meters to 7 meters. Stuns last for less time. And then stims are they all do the same thing now. So stims all do the same thing now. That's great. That's perfect. Let's look at the initiators, right? Breach's fault line, or his E ability, cooldown increased from 40 seconds to 60 seconds, additional windup decreased from 1.6 seconds to 2 seconds, and concussed duration decreased from 3.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Essentially, this means that he'll get less of them per round, he can whip it out faster, and he can, and it stuns for less amount of time. The flash duration increased from 2 seconds to 2.25 seconds. That means his flash lasts for longer. And his width of his ultimate decreased, and then obviously it stuns for less, and then ult points decreased from 9 to 8. So that's good. I'm fine with that. Fade, the Haunt. Cooldown increased from 40 seconds to 60 seconds. Haunt active duration increased from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. That basically means that, again, less Haunts per round, and the Haunt stays on screen for less amount of time. That's great. That's perfect. Obviously, near sight got nerfed, and then deafen and marked duration decreased from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. That means that her ult lasts for less time. Then the width decreased, blah, blah, blah. Gecko. Oh my great googly moogly, Carl. They killed this character. General, cooldown upon reclaim increased from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. Ugh. Okay, the fact that Gecko can still reclaim his utility and use it multiple times per round pretty fast is pretty strong, and that's going to be very strong, especially in this meta where there's just less utility across the board. And we don't care about any of the rest of this. That's just like health, duration, and less concuss. I'm not going to be repetitive in this, but that is nuts. The thing about this is, I think that Gecko is going to be like a top tier initiator now, just because everyone else's cooldowns are like 60 seconds and his is only 20. So Gecko is now officially the best initiator in the game. So hate to break that to you. And then cooldown, less flash duration, the stim is good, and then cooldown increase for that. Blah blah blah. All right. ISO's ultimate. ISO's ultimate goes less far, significantly less far, actually 48 to 36. Eesh. So you can't like snipe people from across the map with it. You have to be kind of good with it. You have to be like hugging the site if you want to, get the planter off. That's fine. Neon's high gear allows Neon to make more significant timing breaks, but will require more thoughtful resource management. So the battery recharge decreased. The time to recharge the full battery increased from 20 seconds to 60 seconds. That is a nerf and a half. But battery drain reduced, increasing sprint time of full battery from 12 seconds to 16 seconds. So that means that you pretty much get one full sprint per round. So you have to choose whether or not you want to use it to take a fight, or use it to rotate, or use it to get a weird timing on people for flanking. This is good. I'm a fan of this. But obviously RIP Neon players. Then relay bulk, concuss, duration, decrease, blah blah. We don't care about that. Reyna, they're just, again, I talked about this in the last video. Riot is grabbing a sledgehammer, right? They're grabbing a giant sledgehammer and beating Reyna over the head. They're making this character just infinitely less viable by reducing the health of her Leer. That's just awful. Again, sledgehammer pounding. Saturate, hinder, duration decreased from 4 seconds to 3 seconds. That's fine. I'm not even mad about that. Ultimate no longer spawns an afterimage of Waylay, and she is no longer pushed back when casting. Okay, that's fine. I think that's more of just a quality of life thing, anything else. Ultimate now briefly restricts aim rotation and movement speed similar to Breach's Rolling Thunder when casting. Makes sense. That makes sense. Hinder duration decreased. Initial windup decreased with decreased of her ultimate, and decreased movement speed buff on ult from 15% to 10%. This is all making sense. We've seen a notable rise in Yoru mastery, but his kit has become so effective it can overshadow other duelists and even some initiators who are making changes to make his tools a bit more selfish and encourage coordinated team plays to achieve his potential. They decreased the health of his teleport, and audio now plays from Yoru's location when Yoru teleports or fakes it. That is... Oh, Ziptie. I'm so sorry that your character is F tier now. I deeply apologize to Ziptie, Red, Rob, Maverick, Esoteric, Eggster, and all Yoru players of the world. My deepest possible condolences that your character is now F tier. This is massive. A lot of Yoru's outplays stemmed from him faking the teleport sound, and they don't know where Yoru came from. They just heard a teleport. So they can use this now so Yoru can now use this to his advantage, sort of. But a lot of Yoru plays that involve the teleport sound, they're gonna have to be reworked. Ziptie, hit the lab, buddy. Like, you're cooked. Fake out. Flash duration decreased. That's fine. Blindside. Flash duration decreased. Flash now follows the standard flash fall-off curves of other agents. Previously, Yoru's flashes that were slightly off-screen are more effective than intended. Yeah, that's fine. Yoru can no longer cast Blindside or set up his Fake Out during his ultimate. He can still cast the initial Great Crash and reactivation as well as reactivation of Fake Outs. That is just... Ziptie, your character got knocked down a few pegs. I'm sorry. This is just awful. Massive F in the comments for Yoru. Comment RIP Yoru in the comments. I need to up engagement on videos. Also, a YouTube rep actually told me that I should be telling people to subscribe to the channel about 7 to 8 minutes into the video if I'm making a long video. So if you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to subscribe. Buy my coaching as well. The prices are very cheap, and I've helped like 100 students already. If you like the information I give in the way that I present it. Controllers. Controllers were largely in a healthy state and required a few changes, though some abilities have adjusted to align with recent roster-wide updates. That's fine. That's perfect. I think controllers were in a good spot, too, so I'm glad that Riot agrees with me, the ultimate arbiter of what's good for the game. And definitely not like an actual professional game designer, that Riot should listen to me and me personally. Definitely 100%. Controllers were largely in a healthy state and required a few changes, though some abilities have been... I just read that. What am I yapping? I'm not even editing this video. I'm just gonna add background music and upload this as is. Astra, gravity well. Fragile duration decreased from 5 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Perfect. Great. Love that. I hate being vulnerable after getting hit by an Astra. So cooldown increased from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. That makes sense. Cooldown increase, less concuss. Cooldown increased. Brimstone, Stim Beacon. Again, it's just they nerfed stims across the board. Omen, cooldown increased from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. That's fine. That means less smokes per paranoid. Projectile speed increased, so the blind moves faster, but it goes less far. Significantly less far, actually, from 32 to 25. That is... Then Viper, initial contact now inflicts less decay, reduced from 30 to 10 health. Again, Riot grabbing the sledgehammer. Viper was already an F tier character, and they're just beating Viper over the head repeatedly. They're just pow, pow, just Viper. My deepest condolences to the 2 Viper mains that are left. Sentinels. Now I'm gonna make this very clear. Actually, no, come here, come closer. I do not care if you are a Sentinel main. You are a blight on the Valorant community. If you main any meta Sentinel, That meaning Cypher, Killjoy. I hate you as a person, and I personally prey on your downfall. I cannot push a site without getting nailed and railed by an Acre the dog, dingy, Dasnarth wannabe, Cypher in the corner with a judge with a full setup that they saw on TikTok the hour prior, just to queue into my ranked game and make me not have any semblance of fun. Any and all nerfs are deserved and underdeserved, because I believe that Sentinel should be removed from the game entirely. By the way, all that was a joke. I don't actually hate you Sentinel players. I love all Valorant players somewhat equally. With all the people are going to think I'm serious. People are actually going to start thinking I'm serious when I'm making jokes in videos. I really got to like work on my joking voice. All right. Vice has been great at stalling and punishing enemies that move recklessly through her space. No, she hasn't. Riot. Okay, Riot Games. Let's be completely honest here. Who is actually dying to a Vice setup in Big 25? Nobody, but okay. Arc Rose is now destructible after the flash windup starts rather than being invulnerable. Okay, so again, they're getting Vice, a bottom tier character, and they're just kind of beating the brakes off of her. When enemy players are successfully flashed, the audio cue and voice line alerting Vice and her allies is removed, so you can't even get information off the flash anymore. Again, sledgehammer right to the teeth. Boom, boom. Flash duration decreased. Cooldowns, blibbity bloobity. Don't care. Sheer. Wall trap trigger logic has been reworked to make it easier to bait out. The wall now spawns immediately when an enemy enters and leaves the trigger zone. Enemies will also hear an audio cue audible only to them when they enter the trigger zone. Again, just getting the giant sledge. It's not even a sledgehammer at the point. It's a chainsaw. They're like, Vice was already on the ground. They're getting a chainsaw and they're lodging it just right in her left booty cheek. Just character's dead. GG to all the Vice players. Oh, and there's more nerfs on top of that. I thought we were gonna be talking about Cypher. No. We got more nerfs. Yeah, wall trap trigger logic. Blah blah blah. Already read that. Razorvine health decreased from 40 to 20. Another hit of the sledgehammer. And the Steel Garden initial windup increased from 3.4 seconds to 4.4 seconds, and radius decreased from 32 meters to 26 meters. Ugh. I'm sorry to all you Vice players. That was hard to listen to. That's hard to look at. Oh my goodness. We're asking Cypher players to be craftier with their camera placements and focus on his role as a surveillance network master. Yes. Enemies will now see and hear a spy cam when it's nearby. Yes. Trapwire has been adjusted to be less lethal. Yes. Though Cypher can still convert a kill when they are disrespected. Okay, that's fine. Blah blah blah. Spycam added stealthing functionality. Inactive camera will be revealed to enemies when you are within a 8-meter radius of the camera, and will also have an accompanying audio tell. When a camera is active, there will be a louder, persistent camera audio for enemies within 12-meter range. Cooldown when destroyed is increased from 45 to 60 seconds. Trapwire. Windup decreased on PC, because we care about PC, from 1.5 seconds to 0.9 seconds. That means that you have less time to shoot it. That's fine. Players are no longer revealed after 5 seconds of the tripwire winding up. Players are tagged and slowed by 50% when chained. If you move more than 4 meters out of the wire, it'll now immediately zap you instead of pulling you back. Trapwire zap no longer concusses. Instead, it'll slow and reveal the target for 1 second. Yes! If I get hit by a Cypher trip, I'm not immediately screwed. I have to walk out of the Cypher trip to actually get revealed. Yes! Oh, Riot Games, I love you. Yes, remove this character from the game. In case y'all weren't aware, Cypher is my least favorite character to fight against in the game. It is just so unfun, just running into tripwires. See, okay, so I play Omen because, in my opinion, he is the best character in the game for solo queue because he can do everything. But another reason why I play Omen is so I can teleport past those stupid Cypher trips. But now I can play Neon. Okay, so chat, viewers, commenters, whatever, whoever's watching this video, Omen's my main character, but Neon is my second most played character. I can actually play Neon now against a Cypher because I get hit by the trip, I just shoot the trip, and I'm on with my day. Yes! Yes, removes, yes! Riot, I love you. I love you, Riot. I love you, Riot, so much. Killjoy, we're increasing the counterplay around Killjoy's range restricted utility, giving enemies more tells to maneuver. Around unattended utility is asking Killjoy to make a sharper call when to keep her utility active and to reposition away from the turret. Cooldown, when destroyed, increased from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. Perfect. If a turret gets destroyed, she shouldn't be able to get it back like 45 seconds later. Reactivation time for turret increased from 0.5 seconds to 2 seconds. I am a fan. Turret movement tagging per bullet increased by 29.5% to 50%. That just means that you'll move slower if you get hit by a bullet. I don't like that, but I mean, to each their own. Added a wind-up effect when Killjoy first re-enters the activation range. That makes sense. Alarm bot, health decreased, reactivation time increased, and a new wind-up effect, blah, blah, blah. Deadlock. Boney, I am sorry. Boney. I don't know if Boney watches my video. I know Boney knows who I am. We are mutuals on Twitter. Me and Boney are homies. I've never actually spoken to the guy, like, ever. But Boney, if you're watching this video, hello. Leave a comment. My deepest possible condolences that your character is now F tier. Gravnet, cooldown increased from 40 seconds to 60 seconds. Barrier mesh, cost reduced from 400 to 300, but health of smaller nodes decreased from 570 to 480. And the concussed duration reduced from 3.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds. That makes sense. And then Sage's wall has less health, but also costs less. That's good. That's fine. I'm fine with all these. And then, finally, the map updates. Pearl is getting an update. This is the way it was before. This is the way it was after. It makes it so that you can't just spam the bomb from B long. If you plant on B, you actually have to play on B. I think that this is a great change overall. And then, of course... Oh, wait a second. They really changed this. Wow. Okay. So they changed this up. This wasn't in the leaks, actually. This is a new change. Yeah. So they made it so that it's a lot easier to hold people coming up the rope here. And you actually have to be out in the open if you want to hold this. That's good. I'm fine with that. And they also removed they added a new flank route here. I'm a fan of that. They reduced the size of heaven, so it's harder to hold from heaven. That's good. It also, I think it removes this head glitch right here, because before there was a head glitch. If you stood right here and right here, there's a head glitch. I think they might have removed this head glitch, or this might have made it better. I don't know. This right here is a good change. As an Omen player, I'm actually pretty happy because I get to teleport from right here to over to right here, and then like have this mind game right here. And also this smoke in CT right here is actually effective now, so I'm a fan of that. And yeah, that's just the way everything's looking. And obviously, they just removed this flank route right here. And the map pool updates, Pearl and Split are in. I hate you, Riot, and Lotus and Ascent are out. Ascent is my favorite map, and Lotus is up there among my favorite maps. And Pearl is one of my least favorite maps, and Split is my least favorite map. So, needless to say, I will not be touching the game competitively until my Pookie Ascent comes back. But I'll still coach. I'm a coach. Coaches don't play for a reason. And then, obviously, I forgot to mention this in my other one, but the weapon updates, they're basically making spray patterns more consistent across the board. Yeah, that's about it. And then starting in 11.09, accounts detected for sharing must enable Riot multi-factor authentication to access competitive queue. Other modes remain ineffective. For 11.8, you can still check out the banner in competitive lobby of this article for more information on upcoming changes. This is supposed to counter Smurfs, or specifically boosting. It's making it so that if you don't have multi-factor authentication on your account, you can't access competitive if you're boosting an account. That makes sense. That'll make sense. Then added rank manipulation as a new reporting category. Please use rank manipulation instead of cheating to report players who abuse matchmaking. This encompasses players who are commonly known as smurfing when trading and boosting. Perfect. Love to see it. Great. They're countering smurfing. Personally, I don't think smurfing is as big of a factor. Yes, smurfing is an issue, and yes, it can make you lose a few games or so. But if you are a good player, then smurfing shouldn't be an issue. Just play smart. Smurfs aren't hopping on their smurf accounts to try hard. They're hopping on their accounts to lock arena and just run it down. And if you play smart, then you can counter smurfs, but that's just my opinion on it. I know people disagree with me. And yeah, PC only premiere updates. We don't care about the premiere updates. Okay. That was the Valorant patch notes. Big Obunga Mega Patch. I'm kind of sad about the Gecko nerf, but because they nerfed every other initiator, I still think that Gecko is the best initiator in the game right now. Cypher nerfs are absolutely deserved. Screw you and every Cypher player. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy Cypher's gone. Cypher, bye-bye. Make room for other real Sentinels to play the game. Like, I can't wait to see more Deadlock and Killjoy players. Cannot wait to see more Deadlock and Killjoy players. Maybe it's some Vice players. Because Vice is a really cool character. And I'm so happy that Vice is a little bit more viable now because Cypher's out of the meta. But anyways, with all that being said, this has been Beret. And remember to brush your teeth today. Because I know I haven't. Bye-bye.